Vanityr versus Dragon on Othello. Another PvZ. Excellent. In the top right position as the brown Protoss, we have ISL2 Vanityr. And in the bottom left as the blue Zerg, we have ISL2 Dragon. It's going to be cross positions on Othello. Hopefully we see a nice long PvZ between these two players, who are both quite good. Let me see if I have any juicy tidbits. Nothing in particular for this matchup. Now I do think Dragon is a little bit better than his opponent. Dragon's something like a A-ish level player. Vanityr I think only around B level. But still, it should hopefully be a good game. Both of these players cleared their first games quite easily. And since this is the winner's match, whoever wins this will advance to the round of 64. Whoever loses will still have another shot. They will go on to play in the final match against the winner of the loser's match. So hopefully you understood that. Pylon going down at the front. It's going to be a Forge Fast Expand and an Overlord being made, so no cheesy shenanigans going on for each player, for either player rather. Instead of, or since nothing's happening, I'm going to give another shout out to the sponsors, because without sponsors, this tournament would not be possible. Thank you so much to Kale Veton, TwitchTV.com, KOS Templar, Elegant AOV, Ruskig, Trap, Mega Shira AOV, A1K1, A4K1, and Noise AOV, aka Shotcoder, for sponsoring the ISL2. And huge thanks to LRM Game for organizing everything. So it's actually going to be a gateway. It's not going to be a Forge Fast Expand. Ignore what I just said. And Dragon did go for an overpool. Now, is he going to 2-gate at the front or just 1-gate expand? Because apparently going gateway and expand is a new thing in PvZ. Did Jangvi do this or someone? I think it was Jangvi that Kyate, you know, right? I think it was Jangvi that did this. And apparently little Protosses have started doing this. I don't think it's a good idea. I think you should make a second gateway. No, it's in fact going to be the LML build. Oh wow, it's okay. So for anyone who doesn't know, LML does this build every PvZ. It's Gateway Forge Expand. It's essentially a delayed Forge FE, where you can get the Gateway first in order to put on some Zealot pressure against the 12 hatch and be a little bit safer against a 4 or 5 pool. However, the way LML does it is he builds the Gateway and first Pylon in his main, so that if it is a 4 or 5 pool, he's much safer. But Vanityr opted to build these both at the expansion, and looks like did a bit of a Pylon block here at the natural. So I'm really not sure about this build from Vanityr. It's interesting, but I don't know if it's really optimal. Since we never see pro gamers do it, I would, if I had to pick one, I would say it's suboptimal. But foreigners, they like to do weird builds, and sometimes they work. Now this cannon, is it going to finish in time? More importantly, where are the holes in the wall? Where can Zergans fit through? Apparently they cannot fit through there, even though it looks like they can. So yeah, he's actually going to be fine. And now throwing down the Nexus. Meanwhile, Dragon has taken his third at the bottom right natural. Yeah, I don't really. I mean, he's not continually making Zealots either, so it's not like he'll have a higher Zealot count going into the mid game. He's only just getting his gas, so his tech won't be faster. I don't really see the point of getting this early gateway at this point. Maybe if Dragon had gone for something like a 12 hatch, it would have been better because he'd be able to put on pressure. But against this overpool, this build seems not good, to be honest. Hasn't really made use of the early Zealots at all. Now, Summoning Score is down. Well, then again, maybe is the tech? No, I think the tech's that's about right. I mean, the lair's about to start. Yeah, there's the lair. Yeah, everything seems relatively normal. Maybe Protoss tech is, well, actually I can't really tell. So the probe's gonna get in here. It's gonna see the lair morphing. No crazy Hydro Bust or anything like that coming along. I like this move by Dragon, just checking around for cannon rushes. He might actually go all the way around the back here. I don't know if you can actually build cannons. Yeah, I guess you can build cannons here to shoot the mineral line. So checking all the way back here, not going to see anything. Didn't quite go all the way up, but I think that's far enough. And going to have one Ling chasing the scouting probe around. And Lair is getting there. Stargate going down, going to get spotted by an Overlord. More Zealots now being produced. Gonna go out with these initial 3 Zealots. Looks like he... did that Overlord see it? I think the Overlord barely did see it because it moved suspiciously in the other direction. So I'm quite sure, and yeah, Dragon is actually pulling all his Lings back, so Dragon did see it. Although it looks like he forgot to leave one Ling on the probe, or maybe that's intentional. I personally would have left a Ling still on the probe. And wow, look at this. See, Vanity actually being smart here. Not gonna overcommit with these Zealots. And just pull back. And oh, I actually quite like this move as well. This I would imagine this is tight against the bottom, so it prevents Lings from, I guess, running around the bottom here into your base, which would be quite annoying. And the scouting probe now, since it wasn't being chased, is going to get down here. But these are speedlings, so it looks like it won't be able to get into the main. Oh my God! Is it going to get in? Okay, he doesn't get in. Well, at least not far enough. And there is a Spire. Now, he did see that there was no natural gas taken. I mean, I guess it could have been at the third, but, you know, if Zerg was going mutas, I would imagine the natural gas should be taken by now. Then again, we did see last game Dragon do a weird delayed muta off one gas build, so, you know, it certainly could still be mutas. And a second cannon going down in the mineral line here. Is there one in the main? Yes, there is. Gonna help cover the Stargate, of course. That is standard stuff. Looks like speed being upgraded from the Citadel. No +1 though. And another cannon going down here. Now, at the moment, I think this is kind of Dragoon tight wall. I don't think Dragoons can squeeze through here. They'd have to walk through the mineral lines. But obviously, he will be able to kill this power generator later on to allow his units to move out more easily. But of course, he won't want to do that for a little while just yet. That was redundant. Okay, one Corsair. It looks like it has 1 kill already. Is he gonna get a second kill here? Is he? Where's the Spire? Okay, the Spire is done. Where's the Scourge? There are the Scourge. Is he gonna get it? Not quite. So getting 1 Overlord kill. We'll get the second one over here. So a decent gain for Vanity. Looks like some SimCitying going on. Should this hatchery be 1 hex lower? Because there's a gap here. Is that on purpose? I don't think it's on purpose, because if it's on purpose, the sunken should be 1 hex higher. Like, if he wanted to leave a path for his units to get out, I think the sunken should be 1 hex higher. I think this is actually just a miss wall? I don't know. Looks like a couple of Scourge coming in here. Oh, one of them gonna get taken out. There is a Robo down already, adding a couple more gateways. The Robo feels a little bit early, to be honest. He's only just getting his 4 gates up, and already has a Robo on the way. Did I just hear mutas? No, I heard Zealots. Looks like 1 Corsair still scouting around. Lurker Research is on the way, as is Overlord Speed. If we look at the drone counts, it is yeah, it's fairly healthy. It looks like about 1 per patch in the main and natural, a little bit more at the third. But here come a bunch of Zealots. Now there are 2 Sunkens here, and the Hydras actually pop just in time. This drone's going to come in here and help block, but he could lose a lot of drones here. So never mind about having a healthy drone count. Oh man, going to lose so many drones. Vanity targeting down the drones. Getting so many drone kills there. Looks like it will get cleaned up, but very, very nice move. And oh, it looks like Dragon actually took a relatively quick 4th base there. I think Dragon does like to do that, and now I think about it, in almost all of his ZVPs he does, or at least in all of his ZVPs with a map layout where you can, you know, get another natural on a main, aka non-2-player maps. He always goes for this relatively quick 4th base. Guess that is part of his style. Is that an idle probe actually? Is that another idle probe? Did he actually rally at his nexus here by accident or something? I'm not really sure what's going on there. And uh-oh! That was almost certainly a nexus that I would imagine was cancelled, because he did get a lot of money back. So forcing a cancel on that, but definitely worth it for a few lings. And yeah, look at this. He's got 3 idle probes behind his mineral line. I think he's actually rallied his Nexus back here on accident, and okay, now he's fixed it, but that's a curious mistake. At least he did notice it quite early, and some lurkers are out now. None here. Looks like one guy is morphing, getting a third gas. The fourth hatchery is almost finished, but I mean, well, it is going to be a little bit ahead of the Pearl's third, but Vanetier, once he gets this up, shouldn't be, will not be behind. I would like a pylon or something back here, just to spot on the high ground, make sure there's no lurker drops or anything coming in. Because that's actually quite a danger at this point. I think if Dragon just dropped, you know, a couple of lurkers back here, Vanetier wouldn't notice until too late. And wait a minute. Oh my god. That Archives is just finished, and he's attacking a pylon that's actually powering. I think this cannon's going to be unpowered even when that finishes. I think this Forge is going to be unpowered as well. Well, no, it's not unpowered. Oh no, because it's powered by this one. But that cannon, I think, will still be unpowered even when this finishes. Yep, it is going to be unpowered. But I can't believe the Archives just finished. I can't believe I didn't notice that he actually had no Templar until now. That's got to be one of the latest Korean. Oops, Korean. That's what happens when I read the chat. That's what happens when I read the chat when I'm commentating. I just say random words that I read. What I was trying to say was that's one of the latest Archives I've ever seen. Oh man, that was weird. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. No hablo inglés. So we have Overlord drop being researched, or I guess just drop, not Overlord drop. But a pylon is being made here in the back for Vanetier. Now this cannon actually being unpowered is quite important, because if there's a lurker drop back here, you know, the cannon would help defend it, except it won't because it's unpowered. Meanwhile, we do have a push out by Vanetier with exactly 0 Templar of any kind, and that is some pretty heavy defense here by Dragon. Looks like 2 lurkers have been loaded up. Now he could also drop one on the high ground here behind the third. Of course, Othello has these annoying high grounds behind the normal thirds. Let's see where he's going to go. Looks like he's actually going to head for the natural of Vanetier, who is getting a second Forge up on 6 gateways in total. Oh, he's actually taking a base here at the top left main, going to cannon up the ramp there, and just maneuvering around his army a little bit. Nothing fancy going on. Now here comes a lurker drop. How good is Vanetier's reaction time? There's a pylon here spotting. He moves a lurker up, and looks like he will transfer most of the probes away. Going to lose just 1 probie. And ooh, that's an interesting location for the other lurker. I guess it will range the gas, but it won't get any probes. Huh. Interesting. Now Vanetier has taken the top left main. This Overlord, I don't know if it actually saw it or not. Wow, that's interesting. But he will be able to drop 2 lurkers back here, and the cannons are actually too far forward. Actually throwing down a cannon here, but it's not going to be in time to spot those lurkers. And interesting obs here, just chilling by Overlords and Hydras. And oh, Dragon doing a very nice multi-drop, dropping the third as well. Going to get a lot of probes. Probo, 6 kills so far. And here is the drop in the main, dropping everything. Oh god, Vanetier, you're losing probes. 11 kills on these guys. 5 kills, 2 kills, 7 kills there. So it's 18 kills so far. Looks like those guys at the natural were cleaned up. That cannon will not finish, and these lurkers are going to get taken out. But a very, very nice move there. Storming the dead lurker just to show him what's up. But a very, very nice move there by Dragon. And wow, still has a lurker there. I'm sorry I didn't click that, but